That's from the 10th straight night of American bombing in Iran. U.S. Central Command posted video of the airstrikes hitting command centers, air defense and missile and drone launch sites. And as Fox's Jonathan Savage reports, Iran retaliated again.
The Kuwaiti government says crucial power and desalination plants have been damaged by Iran's latest attack. It's the fourth day in a row in which Kuwaiti infrastructure has come under fire. Iran's also targeted U.S. military sites in Bahrain and Jordan, and another fuel tanker's been hit in the Strait of Hormuz. Meanwhile, Pakistan is trying to get peace efforts back on track. It's hosting Iran's interior minister for talks to salvage the crumbling interim deal.
President Trump posted on Truth Social, every time Iran kills an American soldier, they'll pay for that killing many times over. 3 U.S. troops died in an Iranian attack in Jordan last week, another killed in Iraq Saturday. Later this morning, another part of the conflict to be addressed when Lebanon's president goes to the White House, where Fox's Jared Halpern reports.
Lebanon's military is moving into what is called pilot zones in the country's south as part of a deal negotiated with the Trump administration and Israel. Under the agreement, Lebanon's military will assume control of security in some villages, ensuring Hezbollah does not have a presence as part of a broader Israeli withdrawal. President Trump has put pressure on Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to wind down strikes inside Lebanon.
Now, the president's also turning up the trade tension with Canada, imposing 50% tariffs on many Canadian imports that will go into effect in a month, retaliating to Canada's tariffs on American products like dairy and alcohol that were in retaliation to initial Trump tariffs. Tropical storm Bertha very slowly churning south of Florida's panhandle as it moves toward land, maybe Thursday in Louisiana. Could flood coastal areas.
Here on Lake Pontchartrain in New Orleans, we could see 1 to 3 feet of storm surge.
That's Fox Weather's Brandy Campbell. America's listening to Fox.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Possibly. It is primary day in Arizona, where the polls will open in an hour.
Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs, a Democrat, is running for re-election, and Republicans are hoping to pick up the seat. Republican Congressman Andy Biggs, Congressman David Schweikert, and 2 businessmen are vying for the chance to challenge Hobbs. Biggs has been endorsed by President Trump as well as Turning Point Action. Since Schweikert is running in the gubernatorial primary, several Republicans are running to replace him in the 1st District, including Trump-backed former NFL kicker Jay Feely. And in the state's 4th District, 4-term incumbent Democratic Congressman Greg Stanton faces a far-left challenge from a self-described Democratic socialist who has criticized Stanton for supporting Israel. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
In South Carolina, a filing period opens today for Republicans who want to run for Senate in the special primary next month to replace late Senator Lindsey Graham as the nominee. His sister Darlene, who was appointed to the Senate to fill out the rest of his current term, wants to run, telling Fox's Hannity.
Will it be difficult? Yes, absolutely.
So you're inclined to get in, or have you even made a final decision?
I've made a decision.
You're in.
I'm in.
Senator Darlene Graham says her brother worked so hard for so long she can't let that work die. 2 more successful appeals in Michigan, and the plot targeting Michigan's governor.
A state appeals court set aside the convictions of Pete Musico and Paul Bellar on technical grounds after the court said kidnapping is not an underlying violent felony that can support a conviction under Michigan's terrorism law. Another co-defendant's conviction was thrown out last month. The 3 men were not charged with having a direct role in the plot to kidnap Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer, but they had been members of a paramilitary group.
That's Fox's Lisa Lacera. On Wall Street, rising stock futures suggest gains at the opening bell, up more than 100 points for the Dow, over 300 for the NASDAQ. In baseball, the Boston Red Sox won their 14th straight game, beating Baltimore 6-5. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Canada wildfires continue to impact air quality over Illinois to start this week. The air quality index at a hazardous level across much of the state on Sunday. It's likely to linger throughout the day with a little bit of heat playing a factor as well. Today, storms expected to break up some particulates in the air, providing some relief. Urbana School District 116 confirming new bus route adjustments for the upcoming school year due to driver shortages and increased enrollment. Several east side routes going to be combined, and pickup times will shift by 5 to 12 minutes. District families say they'll receive updated route maps by the end of the month. Gambling's been big business in the state. According to tax filings, Illinois residents spent more than $7.7 billion gambling in the state last year. Of that, the state got more than $2.6 billion in gambling tax revenue that went to help balance Illinois' state budget. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Yep, that's what I thought. Billions spent in Illinois alone, $7.6 billion on gambling alone in Illinois. And we've essentially turned into Back to the Future 2 with Biff in charge.
That's right.
That's kind of what happened. I said it was going to be on every corner, didn't I?
You did.
I wish we had the button where I could go back and say I said that sometime in the past. I said if we choose to go this direction, it's going to be on every street corner. And don't we have Lolas and Dotties and Yayas and DZs and everything?
Why is it the young ladies' names?
I don't know. Friendly. So yeah, you're attracted to Lolas.
Are we talking about cannabis operations as well?
No, just gambling. I mean, the people that
my part of the world are everywhere. So that's all.
I mean, well, cannabis is a cash.
That's true.
That's why they have security people with guns.
Yeah.
But the gambling.
Yeah, gambling's it's an epidemic for some people.
Well,
too, right?
it's an addiction. It is an addiction. People sit there and nobody knows what they're doing except that they know what they're doing, and they're spending money they don't have. And that's where the credit cards can get, because you can use a credit card in a gambling machine. Who thought of that idea? That's a bad one.
Yeah.
It's just not.
What's the corresponding debt then? I'd be curious to what if there was a way to break down people's debt.
Oh boy,
the ones who are in this business and how bad off they are. Maybe
you want to keep that one secret until you.
Figures. Yeah.
Well, you don't want to. Anyway, it happens in Philo, it happens in Champaign, it happens in Urbana, it happens everywhere.
Yeah.
And the money that these places receive is, the state's doing well. They got $2.6 billion. $2.6 billion on people that shouldn't be gambling. Isn't that like regressive? Are we taxing them kinda? The people that shouldn't be doing this are doing this? Anyway, it's a sad deal, man. It's an addiction like everything else. And you're just going to win it back. And, of course, you will have your hot nights, and that's bad.
Yeah, nothing wrong with moderation, low-key moderation.
If it's a $20 entertainment budget, that's cool. But it gets into the hundreds and thousands for people that don't have it.
True.
It's just, anyway, I told ya.
Yeah, you did.
I am Stevie
You're
J.
right again. Ding, ding.
It's Biff, and if you've never seen Back to the Future, first one was great. And they kind of.
Oh, yeah. I did not see the sequel.
Well, there's 3 of them now,
Okay, that's what I thought.
The first one was really good. The second one was,
classic.
What would have happened had Biff became the powerful man and everything was a gambling thing, so. Because remember, he had the book and he knew the answers and made it rich, purportedly, so. At 7:09, again, I'm Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
This is meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you this morning by Carl.
Reminding you, those back-to-school physicals, we are in the zone, people. So make it happen when it comes to those physicals. If you need them, you can always consult online to get an appointment near you, carl.org.
40-some days till kickoff, so we're not far. It probably, 20-some days for a high school kickoff?
I would think, yeah.
We're getting right on it.
Let the weather guy add, there's still lots of summertime to go.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
We'll remember that.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Well,
without coughing, some of the
you said dry, and I think we're in this.
Well, we're moving that way. We're getting that way. We're starting it up. That drier thing starting.
Yeah, because I think
we get a little relief from the heat and humidity for a few days.
We will, and that'll be fantastic. But I think we kind of missed our opportunity maybe for the rain today.
Yeah, that's sort of, it's nothing to write home about. So, we got minimal chances of going forward over the next 7 to 10 to probably 10, 12 days, something like that. So, yeah, help it along. You might have to do that.
Well, we'll just see if you can make me a cloud at some point to rain. So,
all right.
Good luck to you. We're rooting for you. All right, so it's Tuesday. Talk to me, bub.
Yeah, well, the weather in fairly warm and humid environs at 75 at Willard and Savoy. Well, there is a little rain in spots here through parts of central and southern Champaign County, east of Ogden, St. Joe, over towards Vermilion County right now. Some bigger storms, not here, up through northwest Indiana, and something of bigger natured storms compared to that over northwest Ohio at the current time. Weather getting a little action-packed and rambunctious over the southwest as we tap into moisture off the Pacific Alita. That's a tropical feature. The systems in the Pacific become far more aggressive, maybe even taking a run into the southwestern part of the country with time in the weeks and months to come. Well, El Nino kind of suppresses it in the open Atlantic, although we've got Bertha or some semblance of a circulation along the central Gulf Coast, probably some bigger rains for brother Johnny's place and points westward from there. And that's it. Otherwise, cooler, drier going forward and minimal rain chances at best. So we'll see what transpires. Corn and soybean quality taking a little bit of a hit on the latest reviews and ratings. We'll keep it on that going forward as well. Out the door this morning, 75 at Willard and Savoy, 77 at Danville, 74 over at Paxton, 88 the forecast time. A couple of showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm around through early afternoon. Nothing big in the gauge at all. Partly sunny skies for the morning, clearing off this afternoon. Gusty west wind and a drop in humidity and temperatures too as we turn fair on the overnight down to 63. Tomorrow, less humid, much cooler, partly cloudy, and just 74. That's 10 shy of normal. We'll bottom out in the lower 50s tomorrow night. At 53, he says. That's right. Sunny, pleasant, 77 on Thursday. Up near 80 on Friday. Low 80s over the weekend. Scant rain chances in here for Saturday and early next week as well.
Got stats.
CBT Broadcasting meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Got stats for you here. You just asked for Greg, so go.
Right.
Yes.
Well, high severity debt. Approximately 30% of identified problem gamblers in Illinois report individual gambling debt exceeding $50,000.
Oh, man.
They say the male
Buy a new
gamblers
car.
average between $55,000 and $90,000 in debt. Female gamblers average around $15,000 in debt. State studies estimate over 380,000 Illinois residents experience gambling-related problems online and with sports betting across access, driving up collection actions and financial defaults.
Isn't it just like alcoholism? I mean, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a disease, right?
Right? I think so. I think so. There's something.
Once you get locked into numbers
hooked,
like that,
it doesn't necessarily have to be alcohol or drugs. I think gambling is an addiction as well.
It's a behavior, right?
Yeah, it's something that you just can't stop doing. It's an addiction.
Mm-hmm.
I think
it's like the rush thing or something.
I don't know.
It's
listen. I gambled early in my life, and thankfully didn't do it anymore.
Right.
And
I'll do a lottery ticket when it gets super rambunctiously big, and that's it.
That's all good.
But so many people that I know just go in and they have a limit, and once they hit that limit, they're out. And if they've, gone over their winnings or whatever on what they were putting in, then they've stopped. But there are people that, can't stop.
But should it be so easy? Your phone? Your credit card?
Well, yeah.
I mean, because it's one of those things. It's like, okay, well, it's not the gambling machine. It's the human's behavior. Mm-hmm. But yet we're feeding the weakness. Mm-hmm. We're giving them easy opportunity. When you can go to your phone and lose $2,000 in an evening on your couch and your spouse doesn't even know. I don't think that's very good.
Right.
That's to me, that's one of the problems going with a cashless approach to monetary. Where it's everything's on your phone, it's plastic, it's you don't get the feel of cash in your hands. Maybe that's the issue.
There's I'm sure millions of books on gambling and people's lives being destroyed and everything else. I remember years and years, 4 decades ago, I was going to write a book called The Deal Never Ends and have a catatonic woman at a slot machine that doesn't even know where she is. Because that's kind of what their life is. There's no clocks in casinos, but that's back when we needed casinos, right?
I've seen that person. Yeah, I've seen people doing that, just cranking away.
Is there such a thing as a casino boat anymore? You don't need them.
Right.
I got my phone.
And it used to be that they would pump in some oxygen so you feel fresher in the middle of the night.
Oh, really? I never heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
The deal never ends, and it's a sad deal, man. It's a sad deal.
Well, we should conclude this segment with 1-800-GAMBLER, because that's the way they did it when I did my online search with these miserable statistics.
Yeah, it's too. But we made it too easy. and it's too available. And if you have an addiction, it's like, okay, go to the restaurant. There's a beer sitting there, but you don't have to drink it, but it is sitting and it's free. It's just temptation.
It is.
And you have to realize you might have a problem on your hands, too.
Yeah, well, that's the first thing is you got to say, I got a problem.
That's right.
And that's the last thing they do until it's over, until it's really desperate.
And you can be brave and take that first step to turn things around.
Yeah, you can change everything, but it's not as easy as, Well, okay, Gregory, good discussion. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, see you next hour.
All right,
have a good one.
Thank you. Yep. All right, 7:16. We'll play the Cardinal recap later.
You will?
I don't think we... Well...
Do we need to play it?
It's just the Cardinal...
Hit by a pitch with bases loaded for the Angels to win 3-2. Really?
Well, 2 hit by pitches that inning.
Oh, man.
The Cardinals went into the bottom of the ninth up 2-1. And they scored on a hit by pitch from our closer, who's our best closer. He's got 28 saves and made the All-Star game.
Matthew Liberatore is going to be on the mound for the Cardinals as the series against the Angels continue on the West Coast here on ESPN 93.5. Detroit over the Chicago Cubs 8-6 yesterday. Dave Peterson on the mound for the Cubs with a 7:05 start on US 105.9. Chicago White Sox winners 10-3 over the Texas Rangers, 7:05 for them to continue their series. Boston Red Sox is the trending story right now with their 6-5 win over Baltimore yesterday, giving them that 14-game winning
that's
streak.
A stunning deal there. I mean, do you ever see Moneyball?
Yes.
That is a fantastic movie.
Yes, it is.
About Billy Bean, played by Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
And it's just, they won 20 in a row.
And the statistics.
Yeah.
That and they wanted people to just take the pitches because of the statistics sometimes showing don't swing.
Well, they were able to get on base. The whole thing was getting on base.
Yes.
And so the Boston Red Sox, after that season where the Oakland A's won 20 in a row and made the playoffs, they lost in the playoffs. But the Boston Red Sox tried to hire Billy Bean for $12.5 million, which was unheard of at that time in the early 2000s. And he turned it down. He never did win his last game, and Billy Bean passed away a few years ago.
Okay.
But
so
no.
there is some truth to the
It's
story.
a true story.
Okay, I didn't realize
it happened.
all that. Okay.
Yeah, it happened. The players' names are the same. It's happened.
Okay.
No, that was a true deal there. And it was changed baseball, and you saw, and it's very much like politics today. If you get into the ballywick of people, no matter if it's better, they're going to protect it because that's their livelihood. So what we're seeing in Washington, try and find fraud and waste. Oh, no, you're taking it away from children. All that stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Baseball didn't want Billy Bean because he was talking about numbers and strategies. You can't manage with numbers. I mean, you got to manage on the field. They were changing the game, and that's what they didn't like.
I see.
Well, they're brought to you by Busey for over 158 years. Member FDIC. And by Kurt Lenschow at State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there. All right, sorry about this. Not much rain today, and that's kind of the dry period we talked about probably through the end of this month. Here's our meteorologist, Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign or Benef, Saturday, cooler, drier air. A nice change in the weather pattern expected over the next several days. Readings will recover back to more seasonal norms. Not much going on in the moisture department going forward here for the rest of the month and at least into the beginning part of August. Going to have to help it along in some spots with the old garden hose. Becoming partly cloudy this afternoon. Stray shower, thunderstorm around this morning into the early afternoon. 88 the high as we turn a bit less humid as the day wears on, and a gusty west wind settling on in. Stray shower threat this evening, otherwise fair, cooler, less humid on the overnight, down at 63. Tomorrow, much cooler, less humid, partly cloudy skies, and a high back up to about 74. 10 shy of normal, down to 53 tomorrow night. Sunshine and pleasant, 77 on Thursday, up near 80 on Friday, into the low to mid 80s over the weekend. Stray shower chance on Saturday, iffy rainfall chances early next week. High temperatures, a little more humidity into the upper 80s. For TV Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
At Busey Wealth Management, we're proud to partner with individuals, families, and foundations, ensuring possibilities become achievements. From preserving and enhancing your assets to securing your legacy for future generations, we're focused on your success. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini, member FDIC.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
General Motors says demand for pickups and SUVs remains strong. Its earnings for the recent quarter topped expectations and were up 30% from a year ago. GM also is raising expectations for the year, though GM says it will continue to be impacted by tariff pressures and higher costs. President Trump is imposing a 50% tariff on Canadian goods. It's to take effect in 30 days. Brent crude, the global benchmark for oil, is at $90 a barrel this morning, despite the possibility of mediation in the Iran conflict. The FAA says it's working to help the aviation industry deploy air taxis, supersonic airplanes, and it's also working to boost space launches and expand drone operation. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
You're probably listening to this in your car, so let me ask you. Would you drive without insurance? Of course not. So why is your retirement portfolio unprotected? Gold is portfolio insurance. It helps de-risk your savings when markets get unpredictable. Noble Gold Investments has helped thousands of Americans do exactly that, with no high-pressure sales and thousands of 5-star reviews. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals involves risk. Consult with your tax or financial professional before making any investment decisions.
Hey, it's Kurt with Lands Heating and Cooling. When you need a new heating and cooling system, Lands makes it easy. We measure your home, we check your ductwork, and we match you with the quiet, efficient, trained system. With Lands, you get the right system at the right price with the right installation. If your system's aging, now's the smart time to choose a high-efficiency trained heat pump and furnace. Schedule a no-pressure, in-home consultation at landsinc.com, and remember, it's hard to stop a train.
Everything is so expensive. Our bills are piling up. We have our summer trip coming up. How are we going to pay for everything?
Bad news, honey. The garage freezer is water leaking.
Oh, no. We just bought all that meat for next week's cookout.
Can we afford a new freezer right now?
Why buy new when you can fix the one you have?
Who are you?
Honey, it's Paul Rican from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Repairing your existing appliance is a great way to save money now if the stress of high bills has you down.
How soon can you come out?
Today or next day.
That's fast. But what if the repair ends up being more expensive than we thought?
We'll give you a $50 coupon off a brand new appliance.
So either way we win?
I like that.
Call Dick Van Dyke Appliance World or schedule service at appliance-world.com and schedule your win-win today.
Wow.
Stand behind what we sell. We offer so much more. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Fighting Illini football family flex plans are on sale now. Get 3 games bundled under one plan, including home opponents UAB or SIU, Oregon, and Nebraska or Iowa. After selling out season tickets 2 years in a row and the most wins in back-to-back seasons, the Illini are gearing up for an even bigger 2026. Lock in your tickets to the biggest games of the year under one affordable bundle, the Family Flex Plan, at fightingillini.com.
Yeah, a little hazmat incident in Paxton.
That's right.
Yesterday.
A series of pool chemicals resulting in this emergency that shut down Fall Street and the Paxton pool around 1 o'clock yesterday. Maintenance crews were trying to clean out buckets that had been at the pool for years, which contained chlorine tablets and other chemicals. When the crews went to dump them into another bucket for disposal, the chemicals began to bubble and let off fumes.
Yeah, I wonder if they're old buckets of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I would think that would be like a hazmat concern just knowing how old this is.
Right.
And then the also thing that came to my mind is what in the heck are we putting in the pools? Would you say bubble up? Well, that's what happens when kids pee in the pool, and sometimes adults. You got to have some serious, some chemical to combat it.
That's something I have never done. I've always been in fear. There was one movie where there was a blue dye released if you were that person who peed in the pool. So you had this cloud around you.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
I think it was an Adam Sandler movie or something.
Pretty sure this day and age you'd be sued and the city would settle. Park District.
Can you imagine though the whole pool being like purple?
Listen, you don't. That's
not
why
appealing to go in there. Now.
That's why you put stuff that bubbles up in there because you don't think it's happening. It's happening. I mean, that's just, but there's so much water, it probably didn't matter.
Right. Well, firefighters diluted the solution and took care of the problem quickly. The emergency ended around 3:30. Again, started at 1, so it didn't take them long to resolve the problem with some of these chemicals. But an Effingham-based company is in the process of removing the chemicals from the pool, that last step to make sure the pool can reopen today.
Yeah, I'm sure there's all kinds of rules for stuff like that. I mean, everybody has chemicals in their pool, right?
Right.
Swimming pool, you got to put the chemicals in it.
Right.
Make sure the balance.
And it sounds like in this instance, there was just something that was older, and they were, cleaning out this bucket that had been, off to the side, containing some chlorine tablets and other chemicals that, like I said, it began to bubble up and let off the fumes. So
that's why that bucket in the corner should be checked more often than
exactly.
It just happens.
And, I think about that with paint or other chemicals in my own garage.
Heck, cleaners.
Yeah.
There's some nasty cleaners. We were still in the Melaleuca, so we bought all this friendly stuff, and we never had to think about it. But you go get some of your stuff, the bleaches and the Cloroxes and the heavy-duty cleaners, and you're doing a shower that's you can feel that pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can. All right, I'm going to do a Stever today. It's from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, and this is appliances where you get a deal better than you'll find in the entire world. I challenge you to find another deal. Or somebody is stupid. I'm smart enough to give you $500 off your appliance. So it's Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. If you are interested and you need something, the only requirement is you spend at least $1,000. So if it's a $1,000 appliance, it's half off. And I'm going to do this for 2 people today. So all you have to do is you text this one in to DVD, Dick Van Dyke, whatever, just to indicate, heck yeah, my fridge is going out, or it already went out. I got issues with my refrigerator in the garage because it gets hot, and I think it fools the fridge, and then it kind of leaks because it melts from the fridge. It's just all messed up.
I see.
But it is 22 years old. It's just a garage fridge. But it can dribble out, and who knows what's going. Not worth a repair thing because it was like $400 when we bought it years ago. So anyway, 217-359-2255. That is the Fisher National Bank text line if you'd like to send me a DVD or Dick Van Dyke and say, heck yeah, I want to be considered for $500 off a purchase. Who gives $500 out casually?
I don't know.
No one in the world.
You
Check
are
all the
getting
countries.
results, Stevie.
Well,
that's what I do know, is that the clients who hop onto our Stever program are getting our listeners in the door to experience the business. It's terrific.
And then they have a little survey when they're done that we send them, and they can say, well, here's what I liked, here's what I didn't like, if there was anything that didn't go right.
I love it.
Anyway, 217-359-2255, Fisher National Bank text line. Text it in if you are interested in this ridiculous deal, so it's not anything I can use myself. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
But I mean, if nobody, but people probably will.
If they don't want it, Diane and I get the leftovers.
Exactly.
All right. John Farney and Jeff Wilson have called for the resignation of the Ammons.
I saw that.
Not happening. And I think both of them are going to win this fall. So take that and smoke it in your pipe. I don't know. I know that I view the whole thing as sad because it's, human alleged failing, right? We don't know yet, right?
Right.
Got an awful lot in there. This indictment.
And inside the last week, Carol Hammonds made a statement on the courthouse steps in downtown Urbana.
I did nothing wrong.
I did nothing wrong.
No.
Maintaining her innocence, and innocent until proven guilty.
So we'll let the facts play out, and is it really starting in September? How can that be? Everything takes years, I thought. You wouldn't want that hanging over your head a long time.
Well, the integrity of local elections is paramount, says Wilson in a statement. The county clerk administrators in this electoral process, the public official facing federal felony charges for obstruction cannot impartially oversee these elections. For election integrity, Clerk Ammons must resign immediately.
Oh, I mean, I don't know how the county government works. I really don't. But who's the boss of Aaron Ammons? Is it the county board?
And it does call on the county board to protect the local democratic institutions by demanding executive accountability here.
What is a democratic institution? I mean, seriously. Is it Mondani? Is that your Democratic institution now? Is that our way for the Democrats? When you say Democratic
socialistic leaning
DSA,
example, there
are we a
in
DSA?
NYC.
Is it Democrat? Is it Paul Simon and Terry Bruce, or is it Zavron Mondani? I'm confused. I don't know.
We have an array of different abilities in the Democratic Party.
Different abilities or different directions?
Directions.
Back with more. Stand by. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I am Stevie J, ESPN 93.5 at 7:30.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. The polls open at 9 a.m. Eastern across Arizona for the state's primary. Republicans are choosing their candidate to face off with Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs, who's running unopposed.
I'm not the Democrats' governor. I'm Arizona's governor.
Andy Biggs has represented Arizona's 5th District for 5 terms and is the former chair of the House Freedom Caucus. He has the backing of President Trump and Turning Point Action. U.S. Representative David Schweikert was elected to Congress in 2010. He's hoping to win over independent voters.
Fox's Alex Hogan. 10th straight night, U.S. military strikes inside Iran. Meanwhile,
the president will host the president of Lebanon later today as Israel has begun withdrawing troops from the southern part of that country of Lebanon.
Fox's Aisha Hosni at the White House. America's listening to Fox News.
Well, buying a new home while selling your old home can feel overwhelming, but for Ray, the experience couldn't have gone more smoothly thanks to Josh from the Nate Evans Group. In her 5-star review, Ray, R-A-E, is Ray, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Said that Josh guided her through both transactions with professionalism, constant communication, and expert advice.
Are you looking for something new? Nate partners with the top builders in the region, some of them exclusively. He'll have knowledge of new developments going up before other buyers are aware of them, and new construction homes before they hit the market in a variety of price points and neighborhoods. Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group, he can get the process started as you visit the website, and you can get your home value that enter your address, get your answer, get the process started. He's been around this area for a long time, a friend you can trust. Just do an online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Sell your home with the Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
Looking for a warm, welcoming place to relax in Tuscola? Stop by Hometown Grounds, where great coffee and great company come together. They're proudly serving Mad Goat coffee, so you can enjoy a rich, delicious cup while catching up with friends. And if you've got kids, no problem. There's a special play area where they can have fun and you sit back and relax. Hometown Grounds is a gathering place for the whole community and perfect for meetings. Come see what everyone's talking about in Tuscola. Visit hometowngroundscoffee.com and plan your visit today. Update your flooring and furniture while saving some serious money at Carpet Weaver's Mission Renovation Savings Event. First, get an instant $100 off every $1,000 you spend on flooring. Then get a $50 labor credit with every 100 square feet of flooring you purchase. Plus, get up to a $1,000 rebate on Pergo floors. And 2 years free financing store-wide. The Mission Renovation Savings Event is going on now at Carpet Weavers.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign police responded Monday to reports of gunfire near Hedge Road and Bradley Avenue. They found multiple shell casings, but no victims at the scene. Short time later, 22-year-old man arrived at Carle Hospital with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Police say the shootings appeared targeted. A juror from last week's Urbana stabbing trial publicly explained why the jury found 18-year-old Samuel Garcia not guilty of attempted murder and aggravated battery. The juror said self-defense was reasonable, citing video evidence showing Garcia was attacked first trying to retrieve his sick infant. The case involved multiple people injured and was described as very complicated. Illinois Department of Transportation working on 9 major projects in and around the state. The project's part of the Rebuild Illinois initiative, the state's 6-year plan to modernize the aging transportation system. One of the 6 projects has wrapped up. 5 are expected to be finished by year's end. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, we check your weather on ESPN 93.5, brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
Crestview Park tomorrow night for the Freedom Coalition to do their R&B. blues, soul, and smooth jazz. Join me for neighborhood nights throughout July, 6:30 to 8, urbanaparks.org.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. For Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity, a cold front on the move. And by God, it'll turn just that cooler, less humid conditions through the middle and late portions of the week. Returning warmth over the weekend and a little more steamier feel early next week. Not much going on in the organized rainfall department here over the next 10 days to 2 weeks. Keep an eye on that going forward into the new month of August. A partly sunny morning, a partly cloudy afternoon. A couple of isolated, widely scattered showers, thunderstorms this morning into the early afternoon. Gusty west wind sets in, the high around 88. A bit of a drop in humidity later on this afternoon. Stray shower threat this evening, then cooler, less humid on the overnight, becoming fair. 63 with a northwest to north wind for the day. Tomorrow, much cooler, less humid, partly cloudy in the afternoon, and 74. About at 53 tomorrow night with a clearing sky early. And for the day on Thursday, sunny, pleasant, and 77, up near 80 on Friday. Lower to middle 80s over the weekend. Remote chance for a stray shower on Saturday. Small chances for rain Monday and Tuesday of next week. For TVD Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soltje.
All right, it is July 21. We have the county fair starting Saturday.
That we do.
Yeah.
Military Day, the Demolition Derby, the Carnival, the Unlimited Ride Bracelets on Sunday, the 26th, and the Queen and Little Miss pageant will take place on Monday at 7 o'clock on the 27th. And that Kids Day has the free rides for the kids between 10 a.m. and noon in Kittyland.
So really, when they do the pageants at the fair, there's, usually the Queen reigns over the county fair.
Mm-hmm.
They have 5 days left. They can do that.
That's right.
And then, but if you're in it and you win it and you have a job, and the job's going to have to be flexible to let you off.
Yeah.
Because you got to go reign at the fair all day.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get to go to a state pageant, 72 counties generally.
Yes.
And they all compete for State Fair Queen.
Mm-hmm.
That would happen the following August of 27. And it's just where all the vendors get together at one big old thing in Springfield. And meetings and bookings, and you get your work for the summer. I tell you what, working the county fair gigs, yeah. That'd be a hard job.
Well, and it's something they're looking for people to step up right now, even. There's some slots that need filled. So, ChampaignCountyFair.cc.
Well, you don't volunteer work here. I'm talking about being a carny.
Oh, yeah.
You travel from town to town, and where are you sleeping? Because you probably can't afford a $180 hotel, which is kind of what they are.
And a lot of RVs. You think of the
I think it's
food
RVs.
truck people and all of that.
Got to have a way to have air conditioning in your little thing, and it can be kind of fun, I guess, but I think it's pretty hard work.
Yeah.
You sweat a lot in that kind of business. But somebody's making money.
When you think of the Kohler fries and those guys.
That's just hot grease, man.
I
it's
know
just sweating in that little thing. Yeah.
It's and a lot of potatoes.
Best potatoes, best oil.
So good. I don't put vinegar on my fries except for the Kohler
salt
fries,
and vinegar on that one. Because it's very rarely in life do you get fries that hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, you go to a fast food place, you get your fries. It's not hot.
Right.
It's maybe warm, but they're not like wait for them to cool.
Yeah.
You can't do that in mass, I don't think. Didn't Wendy's have a thing going where they were pushing hot, fresh fries?
I feel like that does sound right.
I think that's right. Did Wendy's stay open ever? I don't know. I don't know anything about fast foods. I really don't. I'm aware of them. I know Taco Bell had some problem with lettuce.
Yes.
And did they backtrack on that? Did I hear another announcement say, no, we're wrong about Taylor Foods? That was the group that made it. What happened there?
Okay.
Nobody would ever, get the first time warning. Now they're recanting? I don't get that.
I don't either.
Just trying to keep track of all that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So it's...
we went from fair food to the lettuce now.
Yeah, right.
The Taco Bells.
You think there's a lot of planning, folks? It's stream of consciousness, depending on what's going on in the world today. But I just know this, that if it's July 21, a week from Friday is July 31. So we have 10 days. And then I'm telling you, we're back. I mean, August means everybody's coming back to town. Listen, we depend on the 65,000 people that infiltrate our community. Mm-hmm. It's just a different place without it. And right now, by the way, if you drive around campus, just understand there'll be 3 streets in a row that are closed.
Mm-hmm.
Like first, second, and third. I mean, they're just all sections.
I got caught up yesterday. Yeah. There was some moving trucks, actually, and I was thinking, oh, wow, there's some go-getters. But the annual dump and run thing that's going on, where they're flipping things, they
got to hurry, and whatever renovations or whatever they're doing in whatever apartments or high rises, the clock's ticking for sure. And then you have to have city approval on different things if it's construction. If the city doesn't sign the papers, you can't have people move in, so you have to coordinate all. There's a lot involved. Nathaniel is, finishing up a huge project in Dallas with Brian Russo, and the stuff they got to do. It's not just a punch list; it's a city approved list. And what if Hank's out of town? Well, he went on family vacation. Well, who's going to approve it? I mean, the move-in is coming in weeks.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pressure on these new buildings to be ready. The punch list and a little drywall over here, that's doable.
Yeah.
But the approval and the safety checks and all the things, the litany of things, it's just unbelievable education on what it takes to build that. We have no idea all that's going on in the world of construction. But as far as fixing the road over here and boring that and blocking these guys, I'm just glad I don't have to do that work. Be hard and hot. And they do it all the time.
That's right.
And they're making the roads better. The Philo Tolono thing is beautiful.
I know. Now that they got those lines painted on the Philo slab.
Did they put that on in a day?
I don't know.
Is it a truck that just sprays it?
Are they doing it at 4 a.m?
I don't know. I swear, yesterday morning.
Saw the signs up, but then it was like dawn.
Yeah, I don't get it. I just avoid it. And so now I'm going back on there, and I just remember Monday, there were no lines.
Right.
Tuesday, there were. They don't have a brush and a guy's down there painting it?
I mean, it's got to be a squirt thing
it's
on
got to
the
be
truck.
A truck that just drives and it paints and must dry quickly? Out of my league, man.
Right.
All I can say is thank you.
I think it was Varsity Striping Guy that I waved to. And they step up and sponsor a few things here and there. I also saw a West Nile virus had been detected in Champaign County. Officials confirming that yesterday. The Illinois Department of Public Health said they had 2 batches of mosquitoes that were collected in Champaign on July 16, and one had a positive result. I've had somebody in my circle of people that have suffered from that, and that is not good.
I mean, again, how do you avoid that?
Right,
Don't get
I know.
bit by a mosquito?
Right.
Man, that's a rough one.
Right. When they say wear insect repellent, wear long sleeves, long pants, and socks.
Got me on the cheek. What was I supposed to do with that?
I know.
A bee net. I think you walk around with a bee outfit. That'll keep them.
I like being up at dusk and dawn and outside. That's the perfect time to be outside. But anyway.
Well, the mosquitoes, thank you.
And you're supposed to, if you have any standing water around your property, make sure you're kicking that or whatever.
Well, even a flower pot standing water can bring in the mosquitoes. Yeah, there's no winning that one. They're just going to be there. All right, there's remember January 6th, of course. The government planned on that? Kind of planned on, the thing with like January 6th, and it was 2020. Well, 2021. Yeah, because that's when Joe Biden was sworn in. And so John Solomon, I think he is one of the best investigative reporters going. And he just digs and gets stuff. So they were play acting to the whole January 6th potential. The potential of unsettling. But they find stuff, and it takes years, A, to get the information, B, to process it, and 3, to determine, and people can still deny stuff. That's why it's so hard to say, okay, so what happened here? Well, they did that. That's a lie. Well, how do you know? Because, here's John Solomon.
A year before January 6th, the FBI knew there might be some consternation about the election, given the Democrats already wargaming it. They thought this thing through, and they actually had plans specifically for January 6th.
All right, here's John Solomon explaining all this, but it's like they had games. So they do war games and stuff. So they plan out what could be, maybe what about this? If this happens, what do we do with this? I think they do that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they did. They had a tabletop exercise that they ran in Boston in August of 2020, 5 months before January 6th occurred. The memos, which Kash Patel just turned over to Congress, he just found them recently, turned them over to Congress at the request of Chairman Barry Loudermilk, who's in charge of the J6 investigation now in the House, show that the FBI knew there was a strong possibility of a hanging election or a contested election, that both sides appeared to be agitated and likely would could likely carry out that agitation to the point of violence. And they even devised very specific strategies. And one of them is to embed informants inside the groups where the most likely political violence or political agitation might occur. That is something that the FBI did. We had 24 informants on the ground on the morning of January 6th.
Yeah, you know that, right? They had FBI informants there, so why aren't they stopping it? If they knew it and they had people on the ground even agitating, what's the deal? It doesn't make any sense. If you knew all this, and why not secure it? Never understood that.
The second thing they recommended was mass prosecutions, even for the most minor of crimes. Exactly what the FBI did after January 6th. Now, there are two big things about that strategy. It's pretty clear the strategy was hatched months before, and that's what they carried out. It's not the strategy they used for the political violence that BLM and the far left conducted all throughout the summer and fall of 2020. So a very clear double standard. The second thing is they did embed informants in a lot of groups, including left and right groups, Antifa and right-wing groups, and they got lots of intelligence suggesting a bad episode would occur. We now know from Chairman Barry Loudermilk that while those warnings were very strong from the informants, the preparations and the warnings from the FBI to their brethren in the Capitol in Washington, D.C. did not exist. They didn't pass on the warnings from the informants. So two failed examples of the Chris Wray era of the FBI. Knowing something was going to happen, implementing a strategy that hurt conservatives but not liberals, and not warning the people who could actually prevent the violence from occurring. That is the legacy of the Chris Wray FBI. It's what we now have out in open. These documents are now out there for everybody to see. Pretty stunning, though maybe not so stunning given what we've learned about the FBI.
Yep, stuff that comes out like 6 to 10 years later, and you're so like, that happened. When was it? When was that again? Right. And you're trying to figure it all out, but a double standard of what you did with Antifa and Black Lives Matters versus what you did with the potential for January 6th. Worst thing about January 6th, worst thing for me, it's Armenian Christmas. January 6th is Armenian Christmas.
I see.
Come on, man.
So now it has negative connotations when you hear January 6th.
Yeah. Okay, 747, we do have to do the Cardinal report.
Yes, we do. Angels won 3-2. Here's more details.
The Redbird Recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
This is Ricky Horton with your Redbird Recap, and unfortunately the Cardinals dropped another tough game on the West Coast yesterday as the Angels came up with a 2-run bottom of the 9th inning, and they sent home the Cardinals a 3-2 loser as the Cardinals did not get good work from Riley O'Brien in the 9th inning. He was a bit erratic, hit a couple of batters, and gave up an important double over the head of Jordan Walker in right field. So Kyle Leahy, who started the game, did not pick up the victory. He was good, going 6 innings, giving up just 1 run. Nathan Church had a couple of hits in his hometown. He drove in a run in the 2nd inning, but it wasn't enough. The Cardinals couldn't add on, and the Cardinals dropped to 51-48 with the loss yesterday. Today it'll be Matthew Liberatore, 5-6. He'll be up against a right-hander, a young right-hander who throws really well. Walbert Urena is 5-7, and we do hope you will join us for Cardinals baseball. This is Ricky Horton with your Redbird Recap.
Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair is offering 50% off labor on qualifying projects. If you're seeing cracks, leaks, or sinking concrete around your home, don't wait. Let the Helitech experts identify the problem and provide proven solutions to protect your home and your investment. Call Helitech or visit helitechonline.com to schedule your free inspection today.
Heal your home with Helitech.
Detroit over the Cubs 8-6, 7:05 as that series continues over on US 105.9. Dave Peterson on the mound for the Cubs. We had Chicago White Sox winners over the Texas Rangers, and that final was 10-3. LeBron James not going to be rushed into a decision.
This is again, and I think if you're running a national sports network on radio, you have surveys and polling that tell you what people. How do you talk about anything on national radio besides LeBron James and Aaron Rodgers? Because you have to talk about something everybody is familiar with. You can't talk about Kofi Coburn used to play at Illinois. You can't do stuff like that. You have to be broad. So that's why it gets so much attention. But I mean, he's had an amazing career. But am I waiting for the team he's going to pick? How many?
In Sports Illustrated, there's something about him seeing the Odyssey. Are we stalking him now and watching him going into the theater?
What's the Odyssey?
It's one of the #1 movies over the weekend. And
LeBron, where are you going to play?
I mean,
he's a piece now. He's not the man that's going to dominate. He'll be a helper. But if you don't have good players around him, he didn't win it again.
Right.
He can go to. That's why he wants to go to a good team where he doesn't have to carry the load because he's like 40-something years old.
Heard good things about Keaton Wagler's games in Vegas with the LA Clippers and how he did really well.
No, he did great. I mean, he turned in 20-plus point couple of games at least. But no, he can play there. He got bounced around, which is going to be normal. And he'll get stronger and better. But what a player Keaton Wagler was for us for 6 months.
Absolutely.
Really, really fun. Dr. Todd is coming up next.
Oh, yeah.
Our veterinarian friend, our weather with our meteorologist, Greg Solier, brought to you by Watts Copy Systems. If you need a free evaluation, you just call them up. They're local. They're happy to do that evaluation, saying their service has been terrific. Watts Copy System, 217-352-0428.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Cooler, drier air. A nice change in the weather pattern expected over the next several days. Readings will recover back to more seasonal norms. Not much going on in the moisture department going forward here for the rest of the month and at least into the beginning part of August. Going to have to help it along in some spots with the old garden hose. Becoming partly cloudy this afternoon. Stray shower, thunderstorm around this morning into the early afternoon. 88 the high as we turn a bit less humid as the day wears on, and a gusty west wind settling on in. Stray shower threat this evening, otherwise fair, cooler, less humid on the overnight, down at 63. Tomorrow, much cooler, less humid, partly cloudy skies, and a high back up to about 74. 10 shy of normal, down to 53 tomorrow night. Sunshine and pleasant, 77 on Thursday, up near 80 on Friday, into the low to mid 80s over the weekend. Stray shower chance on Saturday, iffy rainfall chances early next week. High temperatures, a little more humidity into the upper 80s. For TV Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
When sewer or septic trouble hits, visit Berg Sewer and Septic. Family owned and proudly serving Central Illinois, Berg specializes in sewer repair, septic service, water line repairs, sump pumps, and drainage solutions. They don't upsell, they solve the problem right the first time. From backups to breakdowns, count on Central Illinois' most trusted septic service. Berg Sewer and Septic. Dependable, honest, local. Get a second opinion you can trust. Visit bergtanksinc.com.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is Dr. Todd Likens, the pet pro, Madison, Kirby, and Champaign, veterinarian for a number of years. Todd, how are you?
Hey, we're doing pretty good out here on the ranch this morning.
I mean, I don't know if you even want to reveal, how long have you been a veterinarian?
I don't even want to reveal.
Okay, it's been a while. I think we both
say it was in the last century is when I started.
Okay, well, me too, and so's Diane. So
yeah.
It's like, and we're proudly sponsored by Champaign County Nursing Homes.
There you
I
go.
just invented that.
And it was you guys that got me started doing this radio thing back at your old station and everything.
Yeah.
I used to be on afternoons with a guy for a little bit, and that was how it got started.
Well,
So
there you are.
We go way back.
And weren't your parents involved in this sort of thing too?
Yeah, my dad was in one of the early classes of the vet school, and so I grew up as a son of a large animal veterinarian in Mansfield, and those were fun times. I mean, what a great growing up. You know, we had the exam room and the surgery room were in the house. So, and I had a birthday once, and he tried to sneak up because he had a C-section he had to do, and the next thing you know, the word spread, and then the whole party moved downstairs to watch the surgery. That was kind of fun.
Man, oh man, oh man.
I had good birthday parties.
Yeah, I bet you did.
So.
Got a horsey we borrowed.
But speaking of birthday parties, I'm still part of the old guard in the fact that I can do a family thing. All my family's birthday is kind of work. I call them working for me. So we had a birthday party for a 99-year-old Gina's mom yesterday.
No kidding.
Miss Sydney turned 99. So we had Sydney there at 99, and Gina, she's 20, and then Taylor in her 20s, and then their son. Oh gosh, why am I blanking out? Graham was there.
Yes.
Her son is 5 months old, 6 months old.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was like we had 4 generations there celebrating a birthday at work yesterday. That was kind of fun.
That is cool. And did you have a cake for her mom?
Cupcakes. We're down to cupcakes.
Okay. Because at that point, I would probably get a 9 and a 9 at the grocery instead of 99 of them. I just do the number 9.
Yeah.
Number 9. That'd probably be too many to put on that cake, but that's awesome.
No candles. No candles.
Is she in pretty good health?
She's doing pretty good. She's still living on her own.
Wow.
So,
That's so good.
It's amazing. So, yeah, she's got a son who lives a couple doors down from her.
Nice.
And we're kind of, having her come down and be with us is kind of a social activity. She loves it. So, like, when Gina's doing cat shaves, she takes the hair off the table and throws it in the trash can. So that's a good job for her.
Listen, it's like, hey, good to see you again. When you have 99 dogs, it's just that's how it goes. That's how we roll. But I bet your puppies are awfully kind to her, though. I bet they're really gentle.
Oh yeah, they recognize that, and Will Graham is now we got a gator out here, so we found a little cart he can push around in that also looks like a gator. So he now chases his dogs around the house in his gator. So
they love that.
Yep.
Yeah, so fun. All right, so I wanted to ask you a little bit about ticks and fleas, and this must be a bad season.
Absolutely bad. Worst tick here I've had since I was in the Carolinas.
Wow.
It was, and we're starting to see some of the tick diseases too. Some of these things they got can cause extreme anemia. And of course, everybody's aware of the Lyme's disease and everything else, but they can cause some life-threatening diseases if they bite. So it's highly, highly recommended if there's any possibility going outside, or you got other pets in the house that go out, they can bring them into the inside guys. So you have everybody treated for flea and tick stuff this year.
Okay.
And we got easy stuff. I got shots.
Yep.
I got 3-month pills. I got 1-month pills. I got topicals. So we have right ways to help you.
Well, a lot of easier and things that you don't have to do so monthly if you don't want. So that's really,
right.
Really awesome transition to better stuff. And boy, I just can't think of so many dogs. You have so many dogs to check. How would you possibly check all your dogs, Todd?
Yeah, it's pretty impossible, especially all the hair coats.
Yeah, that's
right. So, but it's bad. But yeah, we've seen ticks on ourselves out here too this year. I've never had ticks on me since the Carolinas.
Man.
And people are reporting it all the time to us. So definitely been an up year for that. A lot of the other type exotic stuff, like you were talking about the screw-arms, those are been reported in a lot of states in the South now. But I think they've still got kind of a control on it. But definitely another thing you don't want to have on your pet.
Yep. How can people reach you, Dr. Likens?
He is Todd. It's Dr. Todd. Just call me. I'm very casual. My dad was Dr. Likens.
Okay.
So I'm Dr. Todd.
Dr. Todd. All right. Got it. All right. How do I get
All right. 217-355-5051. And Taylor will help you guys on the text line.
And Megan just texted in at 359-2255 about how to train your new little kitty not to claw into chair legs, the arms of the furniture, or mattress on the bed.
Oh, boy.
Catnip's a good help. They have some spray-on catnips and things, and they make various types of scratching posts, cardboard you can throw it for, or the carpeted things, and you kind of make it a game. Put your laser pointer on the scratching post and let them claw at that and teach them to do that.
Okay.
And if they're going for the wrong area, you can do the aversion type things. They talk about loud noises, like you have a whistle, something you can shake that makes a loud noise, or even a plant mister. You shoot them from a distance with water, to discourage the behaviors in the bad places.
Good stuff. Todd, appreciate it, my friend. Talk soon.
All right, anytime, guys.
Thank you, Dr. Todd, Pet Pro, Madison Kirby in Champaign on ESPN 93.5. Hey, we're doing a Stever today.
Yes.
It's Dick Van Dyke Appliance World giving out $500 bill off a minimum of $1,000 spend. Interested? Just text in DVD, Dick Van Dyke, to 217-359-2255. We're coming up on 8 o'clock.
Your next adventure starts right here. And now you have even more ways to get there. Fly Champaign-Urbana and skip the long drive to bigger airports. With American Airlines and soon nonstop flights from United, you can connect through Chicago O'Hare and Dallas to coastlines, cruises, and global escapes. With connections to hundreds of destinations, from here, the world is within reach. Book now. Fly Champaign-Urbana-Willard Airport. Because the best trips start closer to home.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Two funerals for Lindsey Graham. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The first one will be a week from today at Washington's National Cathedral after a ceremony honoring the late Republican senator at the U.S. Capitol. Then next Wednesday, another funeral in South Carolina, where today a filing period begins for Republicans who want to run for Senate in next month's primary to replace Graham as the GOP nominee. And his sister will be on that ballot, telling Fox,
I will do it. I will take on the challenge. You know, Lindsey was always there for me. And I feel like now I need to step up and be there for him.
Senator Darlene Graham already holds that seat, appointed to fill out the rest of her brother's current term. It's primary day in Arizona. The polls just opened with two Republican congressmen vying for the chance to unseat Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs in November.
Andy Biggs has represented Arizona's 5th District for 5 terms and is the former chair of the House Freedom Caucus. He has the backing of President Trump and Turning Point Action. U.S. Representative David Schweikert was elected to Congress in 2010. He's hoping to win over independent voters.
Fox's Alex Hogan. Another primary being watched in Arizona today is on the Democratic side. A progressive socialist, Kai Newkirk, trying to unseat Congressman Greg Stanton. New Fox News power rankings just out ahead of the midterm elections give Democrats a slight edge in the House as they try to win back the majority that finds the Senate even with races in 4 states too close to call in the polling so far. The U.S. has bombed Iran a 10th straight night, and Iran retaliated again, hitting countries housing U.S. bases, including Kuwait.
Early this morning, Iran attacked another tanker off the coast of Oman, forcing the crew to evacuate the vessel, according to maritime tracking groups. This does come after President Trump issued a new warning to the regime about killing American forces in the Middle East.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst. 3 American troops were killed in an Iran attack in Jordan last week, and the U.S. military just ID'd the soldier killed at Iraq Saturday, Sergeant Michael Swinton from Fayetteville, North Carolina. America's listening to Fox News.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
A loss in court for former President Biden.
A federal appeals panel in D.C. has rejected former President Joe Biden's request to block the release of audio recordings from an interview with a ghostwriter preparing his memoir before he was elected president. The panel's 2-1 ruling found there's substantial public interest in releasing the audio and transcripts. The audio considered by special counsel Robert Hur, deciding whether to prosecute Biden for mishandling classified documents. When he decided not to bring charges because a jury would find Biden was an elderly man with a poor memory and thus unlikely to convict. But the decision is suspended till August 3rd to allow the former president more time to consider another appeal. Therese Crowley, Fox News.
Tropical storm Bertha keeps moving very slowly south of Florida's panhandle. It is not forecast to grow into a hurricane, but could still cause coastal flooding with possible landfall in Louisiana Thursday. Now an update on the search for the source of the outbreak of cyclosporias, the nasty diarrhea-causing stomach bug that sickened thousands of people in more than 30 states, with the most cases by far in Michigan, over 6,000. The FDA is still probing it after a false positive test that initially did identify where the parasite came from.
Taylor Farm says the FDA apologized for the mistake, while the agency says it's continuing to work with the supplier to remove products implicated in the outbreak. However, the FDA says they are still investigating the shredded iceberg lettuce from Taylor Farms in Mexico as the likely source, writing in part, quote, To clarify, this false positive lab sample does not change the basis for FDA's ongoing outbreak investigation. Meanwhile, Taylor Farm says, quote, in an abundance of caution, we completed a voluntary recall of iceberg lettuce from central Mexico. We are committed to working with public health authorities.
That's Fox's Todd Pyro. On Wall Street, despite oil prices rising 2%, stocks could rise. NASDAQ futures up 300 points. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois Department of Transportation working on 9 major projects in and around the state. The project's part of the Rebuild Illinois initiative, the state's 6-year plan to modernize the aging transportation system. One of the 6 projects has wrapped up. 5 are expected to be finished by year's end. Champaign police responded Monday to reports of gunfire near Hedge Road and Bradley Avenue. They found multiple shell casings, but no victims at the scene. Short time later, 22-year-old man arrived at Carle Hospital with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Police say the shootings appeared targeted. A juror from last week's Urbana stabbing trial publicly explained why the jury found 18-year-old Samuel Garcia not guilty of attempted murder and aggravated battery. The juror said self-defense was reasonable, citing video evidence showing Garcia was attacked first trying to retrieve his sick infant. The case involved multiple people injured and was described as very complicated. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Yeah, about to play a woman who was in Chicago with her husband at a very nice part of downtown, and she woke up to gunshots.
Mm-hmm.
She's at a hotel on the 12th floor and woke up to gunshots. Woke her husband. He said, I bet it's fireworks. So it must have been around the 4th of July or something. And anyway, I shall play that for you.
Okay.
And you will find out what had happened the next morning when they woke up.
Okay.
Mr. Gregg.
This is the account of the woman or the actual
Count of the woman.
detonations going off?
We were in St. Louis a few years ago, across the street from Busch Stadium. And I woke up and I heard bang, 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 bang. And it was like at least 10 shots. And I'm going, I'm 16 floors up. I'm good. Wow. I wasn't even thinking, just a few guys shooting, you know. I don't know. We've desensitized and it's becoming. Champaign-Urbana has a shooting every week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just nuts.
I just pulled up the heyjackass.com site, and I'm sorry that it's called that, but it is statistics regarding Chicago and the shootings.
Where are we at?
In July to date, shot and killed 16, shot and wounded 73, total shot 89, total homicides for July at 20.
And so what is the...
No, wait a minute. Wait. The mayor says all that stuff is that stuff is down.
Oh,
we're greatly reduced.
I mean,
really doing well.
Maybe it was really bad last year.
It was really bad. Yeah.
Is it like somebody's shot every 4 hours or 20 hours? Somebody's killed.
Okay, yeah. Where is that?
It should be scroll down a little bit.
You know what the big problem is? Well, the bigger, I don't know. Well, you can't beat what the shootings and all that, but these little kind of, teen takeover events that go on.
What are they called? They're called what? Teen
takeovers.
Teen takeovers.
Yeah. Where they just, they get together on social media and say, here, start here and go there, and there's a very much relaxed approach by the higher ups in government. It's, that's okay. They got to do something, something to do. They're not hurting anything, et cetera, so forth and so on. And then look what happens. And people are just innocently downtown. Tourism and shopping or just going downtown, you have to deal with that on some evenings, particularly over the summer break and the weekends itself. So.
I feel like mainly it's good, but there are neighborhoods that are, gang-ridden, obviously.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll hear this lady's account since she was downtown.
Well, it's a great area, right? So every 4 hours and 41 minutes, somebody's shot in Chicago. Every 19 hours, 51 minutes, somebody's shot and killed, murdered. And it is just unbelievable how and the police up there know they can't stop this. So.
Right. And they have a homicide map here of Chicago, and Englewood is by far the worst, along with Austin and Garfield Park.
It's South Chicago.
Yeah,
right.
near West and South Sides, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, and by the way, the city turned in the budget $92 million short, so they're thinking they're going to whack some more police officers. That'll help.
Okay.
Yeah. Brandon Johnson says the council needs to do something. Okay.
And on the school board and district side of things, either get your budget in line or nobody's getting paid for September. That's where the critical mass has reached there. So
okay, here we go, meteorologist. I just flashed back.
So all things in comparison,
But
we'll get through it.
I've told this story before. Maybe you weren't on when I did. When my daughter-in-law Allison was teaching in Chicago public schools. And the little 7-year-old would get triggered and trash the room and flip over tables and make the process, the protocol for a little 7-year-old doing that was to take the whole class out in the hall for 2 hours till he calmed down. That was the protocol.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
And then they go back in and he gets a star for helping clean up. That's what you're dealing with. Your child's in a hallway waiting and they're scared to death of triggering him. Can you imagine?
He's already triggered if he's doing
well,
it.
He's just kind of flies off the handle, Unbelievable. You get what you tolerate, the great Mike Ditka quoted as saying. Here we go with our weather on ESPN.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of Dickus. That's very appropriate.
Get what you tolerate.
You get what you tolerate.
Yep. Weather brought to you by Sweet Petunia, antiques, collectibles, and so much more. They're in the Outlet Mall area in beautiful Tuscola, Illinois. Sweet Petunia. All right, meteorologist Greg Soyer. I got a little sunshine in Philo, Illinois.
Yeah, we've had a couple of showers work their way across, and they're still doing just that here throughout east central Illinois. Some of the shower activity just a little south of Philo, around Villa Grove, and then, right on top, or just clearing out of Homer right now. And a couple more upstream around Rantoul and Paxton, one towards east of about Decatur. So still this hit-miss prospect for a quick maybe 15 or 20-minute shower, if that, through the early afternoon. But cooler, drier air on the move with a nice lowering of humidity and dew points, which are up there. 76 on temperature, 74 the dew point. You feel it at Willard and Savoy. 75 over at Kankakee right now. 79 at Decatur. The Brickyard checks in with readings near 80. But as the day wears on, the shower activity, which is spotty at best, winds down through the early afternoon. And then from a partly sunny sky to a partly cloudy afternoon, increasing west wind will start that cooling process. Special lowering of humidity as the workday wears on. Afternoon temps to about 88 down to 63. That's more likely tonight with a stray shower this evening. And then a fair overnight, and again, tomorrow, sunny to partly cloudy skies, cooler, less humid, a nice northeasterly breeze, and a high at about 74. That's 10 shy of normal, down to 53 tomorrow night. Yeah, 5 handle on that with a light northeast wind, sunny, pleasant, 77 on Thursday, up near 80 on Friday. Maybe a stray shower Saturday, nothing Sunday, maybe a stray shower early next week. We're starting this transition back into drier, by the way, with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s for the weekend, back into the upper 80s Monday and Tuesday of next week. For CJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soljay.
Well, Joe, thanks for texting in 217-359-2255 on the Fisher National Bank text line here on ESPN 93.5. Champaign County State's Attorney Office continues to give super lenient gun violence sentences. Why do you think gangsters are moving from Chicago to the Champaign-Urbana area?
Are they? I asked somebody that. I don't know if it's Chicago. I think we're kind of building our own here. I don't know. I thought it was a lot of Chicago. I think that used to be, but I don't know. I think I asked Julia Reitz that. I said, where they? I think they're kind of being a little homegrown here.
Right.
The biggest issue is we can't get information because snitches get stitches.
Right.
People are scared to death that they'll be pointed to as the person that gave it up. Mm-hmm. Crime Stoppers is up to like $5,000 on stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's just you're going, wait a minute, it's not here, right? It is here.
Right.
Can't believe that.
And this has been a few years since the road rage incident on North Prospect that left paralyzed or whatever with the back of the head shooting kind of thing, and that was just a road rage incident. Right. And it was said then that this apartment complex that's out by the mall right off 57 is the place where a lot of people are just living, so they can come in and off of 57 on their run of whatever bad things they're doing on 57 to go south from Chicago through our community, maybe spend the night and then head out or whatever. But yeah, I don't know how we get any of these facts instead of people just talking about this.
Here's the woman in Chicago. She and her husband, this is her account of what happened recently.
Apparently there were gunfires last night. So this is right outside my hotel. That's where my room is up
Very
there.
nice. Very nice.
And I was woken up to a ton of shots being fired. And when you look around down here, you can see all the yellow markings everywhere. I was woken up by like this, like, bam, 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 bam. And at first I was like, no way, are those like gunshots? And then I kind of like dozed back off for a minute. And then there was like another round of fires going off. And it was like bam, 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 bam. And I mean, it was a lot. Okay. So I wake up my husband and I'm like, do you hear that? Like, that's how long I had of them going off. It's like I actually got out of bed and walked over to his side and like woke him up. And I'm like, do you hear that? And he's like, yeah, they're probably like fireworks. And I'm like, no, that was gunfire. So I'm actually on the 12th floor of the hotel, but it was so loud and I woke up. So fast forward, I come downstairs and, you know, this morning when I come downstairs, lo and behold, the whole block is blocked off and apparently 3 people were shot and 1 has passed. And, you know, I'm really sad. So by this time they're now power washing, and then I realized that the shots fired actually went through the windows of my hotel, which is honestly kind of creepy.
Showing blood. Yikes.
It's so sad. So anyway, Grandin State in Chicago.
Apparently they got down the stairs and authorities had blocked off the road, and 1 had died, 2 others shot, so 3 total shots. But you know how many bullets that she heard? Up to 100. 100. Yeah.
Well, why aren't we covering this more? I mean, or maybe
because it's
we are,
it's
and
so
it just-
routine. I mean, it's just like 100 shots. If I think I saw that correctly. It was a lot. So she was right, and for her to wake up and it's still going on. When I was in St. Louis and heard it, it was, you know, pop, 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 maybe 6, 8, 10. I don't know, but enough to know. I thought the gunshots, but I was high, so I didn't think much about it. It just shouldn't be routine, should it? So yeah, it's a sad deal, man. And you can't, how do you stop that? How do you stop the violence in Chicago when that's all they know and it's us against you and you got my guy, I'm going to get your guy, and the teens are involved. They're getting guns because there's 1 million of them up there. And they have the strictest gun laws in probably the world, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, it is sad. Very, very sad. All right, quick check of sports headlines. It's coming up at 8:18.
Los Angeles Angels beat the St. Louis Cardinals 3-2 yesterday. Matthew Liberatore will be on the mound. That's a 9 o'clock?
It's late. 2:20 tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
They play the getaway game, and then the Cardinals will be off Thursday. Cincinnati comes to town this weekend in St. Louis.
Okay. Taking note
Cardinals
of that.
are third in the wild card.
Right.
The problem is you got the Cubs number 1 in wild card, the Phillies number 2, and the Cubs are like tied with 5 teams. So somebody's going to break away. So you're going to have to win some ball games if both of them are going to make the playoffs. I'm firmly, absolutely sure the Cubs will make it as a wild card. So.
Right. And this is the National League Central Division.
National League. Each league has, American League has 3 wild cards, as the National League does. That's the top 3 better than, you know, everybody else outside the league winners. Right now, Milwaukee, Los Angeles, and Atlanta are your league winners in the National League. And so there's 3 others that'll make they're shortened series in some cases. And all of that. But you want to make the postseason, obviously, so.
Well, and Chicago White Sox are on top on the AL Central, and they won yesterday 10-3 over the Texas Rangers. They'll continue that series at 7:05. Detroit and the Cubs, 7:05 on US 105.9.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana is Saturday, cooler, drier air. A nice change in the weather pattern expected over the next several days. Readings will recover back to more seasonal norms. Not much going on in the moisture department going forward here for the rest of the month and at least into the beginning part of August. Going to have to help it along in some spots with the old garden hose. Becoming partly cloudy this afternoon. Stray shower or thunderstorm around this morning into the early afternoon. 88 the high as we turn a bit less humid humid as the day wears on, and a gusty west wind settling on in. Stray shower threat this evening, otherwise fair, cooler, less humid on the overnight, down to 63. Tomorrow, much cooler, less humid, partly cloudy skies, and a high back up to about 74. 10 shy of normal, down to 53 tomorrow night. Sunshine and pleasant, 77 on Thursday, up near 80 on Friday, into the low to mid 80s over the weekend. Stray shower chance on Saturday. Iffy rainfall chances early next week. High temperatures, a little more humidity into the upper 80s. For CVT Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
General Motors shares are higher after its earnings rose in the recent quarter and topped expectations. GM says customers' demand has remained strong in North America, especially for pickups and SUVs. Discount broker Charles Schwab is reporting a better than expected quarter. Oil services company Halliburton says steady demand in Latin America, Europe, and Africa are offsetting declining activity in the Middle East because of the Iran war. Defense contractor Northrop Grumman is raising expectations for the year, citing strong demand for weapons. Novo Nordisk is suing Eli Lilly, accusing Lilly of false advertising. Lilly claims its weight loss treatments outperform Novo's drugs. Lilly makes Zepbound and Mounjaro. Novo's treatments are Wegovy and Ozempic. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
You're probably listening to this in your car, so let me ask you, would you drive without insurance? Of course not. So why is your retirement portfolio unprotected? Gold is portfolio insurance. It helps de-risk your savings when markets get unpredictable. Noble Gold Investments has helped thousands of Americans do exactly that, with no high-pressure sales and thousands of 5-star reviews. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals involves risk. Consult with your tax or financial professional before making any investment decisions.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group's Diana Foltz, recipient of Champaign County's Realtor of the Year.
When I see Coldwell Banker, can I expect that from agents? Is that a you philosophy or is that a company philosophy?
We have a great culture in our office. Our culture is one of serving. So I think you'll find that with most of our agents, but you know, it really is a highlight for us to be able to serve our clients well, because we don't want to just sell one house or help them buy one house and never do another deal with them or never talk to them again. We want to be involved in their lives.
Why do you like what you do?
I really enjoy helping either a buyer or seller to get to the next chapter, and they're relying on Reggie and I to help them achieve their next goal.
You're their realtor.
We're their realtor. It's Taylor Foltz team, Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group. You can find me on the internet at dianafoltz.com. Cell phone number is 217-840-4133, and my email is diana@dianafoltz.com.
At F&B Wealth Management, it's not just about numbers, it's about people and communities. Hi, I'm Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank and F&B Wealth Management. Our team is united by a shared passion for helping you achieve your financial goals. We are equipped and eager to work together to craft personalized financial solutions just for you, including retirement planning, risk management through life insurance, long-term care insurance planning, and investment advisory services. Together, we will celebrate milestones, navigate life's transitions, and build a financial future that reflects your values. Experience the difference of a team that truly cares. Visit investwithfnb.com to learn more about dedicated advisors and start your journey toward a financial confidence today.
FNB Wealth Management is a division of Fisher National Bank. FNB securities are not insured by the FDIC, not a deposit or other obligation of or guaranteed by the depository institution, subject to investment risks, including possible loss of the principal amount invested. Securities, insurance, and investment advisory services are offered through Midwestern Securities Trading Company, LLC, MSTC, member FINRA, SIPC. MSTC and FNB are not affiliated.
FNB Wealth Management, supporting exceptional communities full of exceptional people.
When you're stuck on the road, you need help you can trust. Fast. That's where T-Pro Towing and Roadside Repair comes in. From light duty to heavy duty towing, they've got you covered 24 hours a day. With their state-of-the-art facilities, 3Cs, a division of T-Pro Towing, can repair semis to passenger cars at their Camargo facility. Service across central Illinois, including Urbana, Tuscola, and Camargo. Save their number now, 217-253-3450. That's T-Pro Towing and 3Cs. Ready when you need them, anytime, anywhere.
I think I came up with something like this before. As far as Chicago shootings, I would offer the MMP program. MMP, Midnight Move program, where grandma can take the 7-year-old and they move to another state.
Right in the middle of the night.
The government gets their home, you pay them for it so they have some money to buy something else.
And where are we moving them to?
Wherever they want. And I'm going to help them get there.
Okay.
It's called EC, Escape Chicago.
I see.
That way, I mean, there's just so many people. How many people want to live in Inglewood? Show of hands?
Right.
None.
Right.
And so you have
like a war zone.
Well, you have to do it secretly, and you have to. Well, I don't want all my family. I get it, but the whole family can move too if they're not involved. We're not dragging your gang stuff down to wherever you're going. Presumably it'd be south, a little warmer.
I remember my first trip to Chicago and getting off on one of the wrong areas and seeing all the bars on the windows and just thinking to myself, just keep going. I'm gonna lock the doors. I'm gonna keep going.
Well, I remember the.
I feel like there's a movie when an RV, or they were going to some kind of special event, like at the United Center or something, and that RV got pulled off on some alley, and then they were caught in it.
No, listen. I remember 17 years old. I drove the car that Mrs. A had, and I think Teresa Eckstein and Bobby Lou, my future sister-in-law. We drove to Chicago, the Erie Crown Theater, McCormick Place. It got lost. I'd never driven that. I didn't know there was such a thing as merge left, merge right. I was on the Dan Ryan. I'd never driven anything like that. And Mrs. A said, I haven't either. I said, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And so I drove there. And on the way back, it's raining and dark. I get lost on the south side. There's no GPS.
Right.
There's just an atlas with a map, and it's dark.
That's how it was for me back in the day. We didn't. Yeah, you have an atlas.
We went to a show that started at 7, and we got home 1 in the morning.
Right.
We had school the next day. It was an adventure, but it just was scary, and I can't imagine if you're trying to stay away. This is the thing now. They'll take the 8-year-old and beat the crap out of him, and say, "Hey, man, if you don't want that to happen, you join my thing." Mm-hmm. And the 8-year-old doesn't know anything.
Right. And, threaten your family, obviously.
I think they threaten the kid. And then it's just a little boy getting beat up or picked on or something, bullied. And now you have the protection of so-and-so, and you kind of owe them.
Yeah.
And they're starting at 7 and 8 years old.
Yeah.
And so I'm
hop
saying,
on your bike, run this over to wherever.
But they can't leave. What are they going to do? That's why I'd say that if it'd have to be all in secret, because somebody's going to not want you to go. Somebody will want you there for whatever reason. Government buys the house, they do whatever, and you're spending billions on a bunch of crap anyway. Why don't you help a few people move if they want to move? But it's got to be kind of a secret thing, because some people might not want you moving.
I've always thought the church communities can rally and do something.
Well, they've probably got a good faith base, and you stay close to it, but it doesn't stop the shooting. I mean, blacks are killing blacks. Do people know that? This is black on black. And there's you can Google this or AI it. How many gangs are in Chicago? It's well over 500. There's a lot of gangs in Chicago that protect so-and-so, so-and-so.
Yeah.
And then when somebody gets shot and killed and they got to even that out so the shooting continues, they shoot at funerals sometimes. It is so sad that we have somewhere in America that's like that. I mean, Baltimore's bad. I mean, there's some real pockets of really sad, bad things. But for the most part, blacks are killing blacks.
Yeah.
I mean, why doesn't that bother the heck out of everybody? What are we doing? Okay.
Well, and gun violence just everywhere. It just seems like there's so much access to weapons.
But we can't make it illegal. It doesn't matter. We have a Second Amendment, and that's not going away. So I don't know how to get rid of the guns. You're not going to do that. You just have to figure out how to stop people from shooting each other. And then I don't know what you do. The only thing I can think about in Chicago is let the people that want to be there help them get out. And then you got to go door to door with 10,000 troops. And I don't think that would play well because a lot of people would die.
I mean, you think how it works with ICE and trying to...
No, you can't do it because...
the immigration.
But what is the solution for the people that run Chicago and the state of Illinois? What is their solution? There is none. How do we tolerate people dying daily in Chicago? And it is every day. And I can't, I don't know. I'm thinking, okay, door to door and 50,000 troops. I mean, overwhelm them. And then you can probably find a lot of weapons you could take, but there'll be people that would die. So
right.
Back in a moment. Final segment coming up. 217-359-2255. That's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I'm Stevie J, and it is 8:30.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. U.S. military aircraft reported surging into theater amid 10 straight days of CENTCOM airstrikes on Iran's ability to strike commercial ships and U.S. Gulf bases.
The president is weighing whether he's going to return to a full-scale conflict with Iran. That would include strikes that are closer to Tehran, strikes that are closer to nuclear sites that they have been avoiding so far.
Fox's Aisha Hasni says President Trump was to receive 3 American soldiers' bodies today, but the dignified transfer from overseas was delayed. The 4th soldier killed in Iraq, detonating an Iran drone named as Sergeant Michael Swinton of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Senator Lindsey Graham will be honored in the Capitol Rotunda before his funeral Tuesday, and his sister Darlene tells Fox's Hannity she has decided to run for a full term. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's what somebody recently said at Pards in Urbana. I was there just a few minutes, and somebody came up and asked if I needed help. And they were incredible, helped me find the size of boot I needed, and then I bought a second pair too. Everything was friendly, everything was excellent. Visit Pards in Urbana, 206 North Maple, between Main and University in Urbana. It's Pards Western Shop since 1968. Or go online and visit pards.com, pards.com.
Hey, it's Jeremy with Land's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. With our Land's Comfort Family Plan, we'll visit twice a year to keep your HVAC and plumbing systems in top shape. You'll have peace of mind knowing your home is ready for the season ahead. Call Land's today at 217-355-5512 and ask about joining our comfort family. We service all makes and models, and Land's will keep your home comfortable all year long. Visit us anytime at landsinc.com, and remember, it's hard to stop a train.
Looking for your new favorite hangout? Head to Route 45 Wayside in Pesotum. They're open 7 days a week with daily food specials that keep things fresh and affordable. And Sundays? It's Sunday Fun Day from 1 to 4 with live entertainment that brings the party to life. Don't miss their massive 8,000 square foot patio, perfect for kicking back with friends. Feeling competitive? Jump into their sand volleyball leagues this spring and summer. Co-ed teams, great vibes, and even better memories. Route 45 Wayside in Pesotum. Great food, live music, and fun all week long.
Here's a look at local news. Canada wildfires continue to impact air quality over Illinois to start this week. The air quality index at a hazardous level across much of the state on Sunday. It's likely to linger throughout the day with a little bit of heat playing a factor as well. Today, storms expected to break up some particulates in the air, providing some relief. Urbana School District 116 confirming new bus route adjustments for the upcoming school year due to driver shortages and increased enrollment. Several east side routes going to be combined, and pickup times will shift by 5 to 12 minutes. District families say they'll receive updated route maps by the end of the month. Gambling's been big business in the state. According to tax filings, Illinois residents spent more than $7.7 billion gambling in the state last year. Of that, the state got more than $2.6 billion in gambling tax revenue that went to help balance Illinois' state budget. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Everyone knows that when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. But did you also know that if you don't have a key and you need it to run, call 367-9481. PDR now performs key cutting with programming. PDR also performs module cloning. Cloning makes that module plug and play, in many cases allowing you to utilize a used module where a new module is no longer available or very expensive. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Toilet won't flush and the tub gurgles? That's usually the main sewer. Land's Drain Cleaning can clear the line and use a camera when needed to confirm what caused it. Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Check your weather, meteorologist Greg Solier. I think we're kind of dry for a while, my friends. It's kind of what he thought, too.
Look at everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana vicinity. A cold front on the move. And by God, it'll turn just that cooler, less humid conditions through the middle and late portions of the week. Returning warmth over the weekend and a little more steamier feel early next week. Not much going on in the organized rainfall department here over the next 10 days to 2 weeks. Keep an eye on that going forward into the new month of August. A partly sunny morning, a partly cloudy afternoon. A couple of isolated, widely scattered showers, thunderstorms this morning into the early afternoon. Gusty west wind sets in, the high around 88. A bit of a drop in humidity later on this afternoon. Stray shower threat this evening, then cooler, less humid on the overnight, becoming fair. 63 with a northwest to north wind for the day. Tomorrow, much cooler, less humid, partly cloudy in the afternoon, and 74. About at 53 tomorrow night with a clearing sky early. And for the day on Thursday, sunny, pleasant, and 77, up near 80 on Friday. Lower to middle 80s over the weekend. Remote chance for a stray shower on Saturday. Small chances for rain Monday and Tuesday of next week. For TVD Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soltier.
All right, it's 8:37. Talking about shooting. The woman in Chicago had a thing online about she's at her hotel 12 floors up, heard some shooting at night. Come to find out there's a lot of shots fired, 2 shot, 1 dead, so 3 shot. And she was sad about it. That she was in a very nice part of Chicago, and this would happen at the base of the hotel she was in.
Right.
And the whole street was cordoned off with the yellow tape and all that stuff. And
right,
people
and they
left
had
the
some
hotel.
power washing going on with the blood on the streets kind of a thing.
Yeah, no, you saw the
she
red.
comes into that
Yeah.
scene when she's outside, maybe.
And then I said, well, you have a secret program where grandmas can take their 5-year-old and get them out and just move somewhere else, wherever they want. They don't know anybody. I get it. They don't have a church, all that. But it's desperate. At this point, you don't want to be part of it, what you're in the middle of, and it doesn't appear to ever going to stop. Because politicians don't have a solution, because I don't think there is one. It's probably going to have to, at some point, be the faith-based. Say all your prayers and maybe the change of hearts of men or women. But it's just unbelievable that in the state of Illinois, 2.5 hours from here, you have people shot every 4 hours.
Right. And
somebody shot at 6 a day.
That's right. We were also, asking people to text in, and Joe's comment about being super lenient on gun violence sentences these days.
Well, I mean, what do you do with a 15-year-old that gets a gun that shows up to the teen thing? I mean, what do you do with them? And how much does the system? How much can we looked up? There's like 50 main gangs and 700 subsets.
Yeah, it says approximately 50 to 90 major active gangs, 700 smaller localized subset factions
that are loyal to one of the big dogs.
Right.
Yeah. So they have a little pyramid going.
Umbrella organizations like the Latin Kings or Vice Lords were mentioned in this search, but it just talks about how many people are involved in gang members in the Chicagoland area. 110,000 has been brought up. This one says 117 with 55 major gangs. This one has estimated there's 70 to 75 various gangs. The highest number I've seen is 200,000, but You just never know when you're looking up all these statistics.
Well, and you also don't know how old they are. If they're beating up 8-year-olds to
Absolutely.
get protection, you probably got a lot of kids that are single digits.
Right.
That are supposedly part of something, but it keeps them from getting beat up after school.
And, the headline, as Greg Soye brought up in the conversation, was, I thought the mayor had just said, shootings are down. But, it could be that shootings are down because it was really bad in other years.
Or you can manipulate numbers like crazy.
Right.
And, you can pick a column and say, well, look, it's down here.
Yes.
So then you say crime is down, and technically one of the areas is.
Well,
but nothing is going to get fixed under any politician.
And
so.
because of the statistics and numbers, I've heard people say that law enforcement can categorize things in different ways. So maybe it doesn't look like gun violence.
Well, we got that website. And again, it's heyjackass.com is the name of the website. And every stat, well, what is the police-involved shootings are very few. Very few. It's a gang-on-gang thing. And with that many people involved, they're told to do this because we protected you, and if you don't do this, then you're in trouble.
Right.
So it must be a horrible existence to doing anything positive in your life and anything illegal in your life. Mm-hmm. And yet we're hearing, shots fired in Champaign-Urbana a lot. Urbana, they get a lot. Champaign gets their fair. I think Urbana feels like perceptive. I think Urbana gets more, but I'm not for sure.
But steps are being taken to revitalize, for instance, Philo Road. That's been one of Mayor Deshaun Williams' key points, is trying to revamp that area.
I think everybody before that, but you have to look at the population that is placed there. Can't former felons get apartments?
And for that matter, just yesterday, hearing about Chris Saunders and buying the Country Fair area.
That's a whole, I think, different than Philo Road. Philo Road is ridden with crime. And
but you think how it used to be with
it
the
used
Kmart?
To be fine. Everything was good and safe and everything, but I think they invited people to the neighborhood that shouldn't have been there.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what problem at Eastern Illinois? Didn't they recruit people they shouldn't have recruited and stayed around, and now they got issues? If you bring the wrong character type people in, doesn't matter if they're black or white, they can be both, or Hispanic, whatever. It's bad character. It's not the color of their skin.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got issues with drugs and everything else, who's going to put a business, Salt and Light's right in the middle of it, and they're doing okay, I think. But boy, everything else moved out. I had a friend that had a little barber shop. He was like 70, but he locked every door possible.
Yeah.
So nobody.
And before it was Salt and Light, it was County Market, and I guess they were getting robbed a lot.
Bolted a long time ago, and then all the Walgreens and everything. Is there anything there? And if Deshaun Williams wants to do it, wonderful. But how?
Right. I was just pulling up on the Country Fair Shopping Center. That went for $4.38 million. Last month.
I mean, God bless you, Chris Saunders. Good luck.
Right.
What's that going to take to get that ready? And who rents any space anymore? I mean, do you need bricks and mortar with Amazon?
People sharing memories of the Country Fair Shopping Center and Goldblatt's.
I remember. Anybody remember the Fox Theater?
Right.
You remember that?
I do.
That was 70s. So you must have been a little kid.
Right.
Going into Fox Theater right at the corner, and then it turned into a big bank. And then it turned into rubble.
Well,
and now it's just pavement.
My family used to go to Taffy's all the time, and
what's there now?
It's like a Chase Bank or something. It's totally different building. They totally destroyed Taffy's. And
but who's renting space now? I mean, I would think retail is hard, and if you're mom and pop, it's hard.
Maybe the secondhand kind of Karen's Closet, I think, is there.
Okay,
and maybe a beauty store where you're getting products and stuff for your salon.
You can order it. I'm just saying.
I know.
The reality of, okay, let's start our own little shop and sell XYZ, gadgets.
Right.
We'll figure it out.
And it used to be where that Fox Theater kind of stood was that Taco Bell, but then it went across the street.
Yeah.
And is over by Burger King.
No, Country Fair, great. But again, there's people that live around there that they have problems with. And again, are you moving into an area that maybe have a high incidence or whatever? I just think retail's hard, and people know it. And it's just got to have restaurants, but there's a lot of restaurants. But again, buying anything when it can be at your door that night when you ordered online, and then the habit of some are to go in and try it on and order it online. Dang it.
Yes. Have you heard about the entertainment center coming our way in Mahomet? 17,000 square foot entertainment center
big.
From Tabling Developments, and it's bowling, arcade, restaurants, all in the Prairie View Commons subdivision that's coming to Mahomet inside the next few years.
Go west, young man.
I
And
guess.
that's what people did. Mahomet used to be absolutely 250 people in their high school in my day. And now what is it? 1,100? 1,000? It's a lot.
Uh-huh.
No, it's people grew west. There's no doubt about
Yeah.
that. All right, 844.
Everything is so expensive. Our bills are piling up. We have our summer trip coming up. How are we going to pay for everything?
Bad news, honey. The garage freezer is water leaking.
Oh no. We just bought all that meat for next week's cookout.
Can we afford a new freezer right now?
Why buy new when you can fix the one you have?
Who are you?
Honey, it's Paul Rican from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Repairing your existing appliance is a great way to save money now if the stress of high bills has you down.
How soon can you come out?
Today or next day.
That's fast. But what if the repair ends up being more expensive than we thought?
We'll give you a $50 coupon off a brand new appliance.
So either way we win?
I like that.
Call Dick Van Dyke Appliance World or schedule service at appliance-world.com and schedule your win-win today.
Wow.
Stand behind what we sell, we offer so much more. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is not a one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is that we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Everyone knows that when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. But did you also know that if you don't have a key and you need it to run, call 367-9481. PDR now performs key cutting with programming. PDR also performs module cloning. Cloning makes that module plug and play, in many cases allowing you to utilize a used module where a new module is no longer available or very expensive. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. Wouldn't it be nice to visit a car dealership where you didn't feel like you were at an auction? Or didn't feel like you were being taken to the cleaners?
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Welcome to Sarah Champagne. At Sarah, they offer a one-price promise. Every vehicle at a fair price, no negotiation, only the best price. Sarah Champagne, Honda, BMW, GMC, Buick, and Subaru. SERRA Champagne.com. Stevie J here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to the NateEvansGroup.com.
All right, check your sports headline or two at 8:48. Cardinals lose in the bottom of the ninth, hit by pitch. Ouch. The night before, they lost a 7-run lead with 2 walks coming in to score in about the 7th inning. The Diamondbacks came back to win that one 8-7, and now last night the Angels put another really bad loss on the Cardinals, 3-2 the final, with again hit by pitch by the closer, O'Brien. Wow, not good.
And Detroit beat the Cubs 8-6 yesterday. We'll use Dave Peterson on the mound for the Cubs in a 7:05 start on US 105.9. Chicago White Sox over the Texas Rangers 10-3, 7:05 start. We'll have the Boston Red Sox, who are trending right now with their 14-game winning streak, 6-5 over Baltimore yesterday. Keaton Wongler trending in Illini Nation, talking about his 4 games in Vegas for the NBA Summer League with the LA Clippers and how well he has been doing. Illinois gymnastics alum Sam Phillips named as a national honoree of the 2026 Billie Jean King Youth Leadership Award that announced at the ESPYs last week. And Tori Tykel, I don't know if you had heard about her being logistics and an administrative role for the Fighting Illini football team. Can you imagine trying to work out all the coordination
somebody was doing it.
Right. But and
created a new spot?
She's coming from Texas and has all the skills as far as she's been doing this like 13 years or something.
I mean, good luck on the planes arriving at this, all that stuff.
And all the equipment.
If something fails at that, it's really bad.
I was just thinking, this is really a complicated, kind of a job.
Well, you got to read a spreadsheet. You got to be able to do Excel. You got to be able.
Yep, and as football's executive director for football operations and logistics, Terry Takel is our new gal for
good
Brett
for her.
Bielema.
I think I could be a general manager for them, and that's a new position. I mean, general managers for football, I think they're getting $1 million.
Man,
it's a big gig, man. I'm guessing, but I think it's a lot. All right, we're going to check Greg's weather forecast that will be coming up, and we'll wrap this program right here, right now. Stand by. We'll be right back.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance.
Getting new siding and windows is a part of good home maintenance, and it's also a way to improve your home's value and curb appeal. Kramer offers preservation siding and windows in lots of styles and colors. Shutters and trim will complete the look, and our online design tool will help you try before you buy. So start today and save 25%.
Call 217-355-2720, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Yeah, seeing a movie at the Fox Theater at the corner of Mattis and Springfield. Don't remember. I went. I remember there was a line. I remember it was one screen. And then the whole country fair, all those theaters, they had, 10 in there? Commander Bragg at our former place worked there.
Chris,
We went to movies there when the kids had been early 2000s.
Well, Mark's remembering after the Fox movie, we would go to Monocle's Pizza.
I don't remember where that was there.
Monocle's was towards the end and now over by the Thornton's gas station.
Right. I know their new location by Schnucks.
No,
really?
I mean this one, the Monocles used to be in the Country Fair Plaza.
I don't remember them.
You don't?
No.
I do. And Chris is saying, I think I saw Dirty Dancing at Country Fair's Theater.
Maybe
I don't know when, what was the date it closed?
Dirty Dancing. Country Fair closed before 2010, didn't it?
Right.
The theaters, I think.
So
I don't know, but if they paid $4.38 million, it'd be about $4 million more than I would have.
Dirty Dancing was a 1987 film.
First of all, ask Deuce Construction how much concrete will be to redo the whole lot. That thing's a mess.
Right.
Ugh, that's a lot of money.
You're right about that.
Yeah, well, anyway, good news. It might be really nice someday.
Right.
8:53.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign or Bennett vicinity. Cooler, drier air. A nice change in the weather pattern expected over the next several days. Readings will recover back to more seasonal norms. Not much going on in the moisture department going forward here for the rest of the month and at least into the beginning part of August. Going to have to help it along in some spots with the old garden hose. Becoming partly cloudy this afternoon. Stray shower, thunderstorm around this morning into the early afternoon. 88 the high as we turn a bit less humid as the day wears on, and a gusty west wind settling on in. Stray shower threat this evening, otherwise fair, cooler, less humid on the overnight, down at 63. Tomorrow, much cooler, less humid, partly cloudy skies, and a high back up to about 74. 10 shy of normal, down to 53 tomorrow night. Sunshine and pleasant, 77 on Thursday, up near 80 on Friday, into the low to mid 80s over the weekend. Stray shower chance on Saturday, iffy rainfall chances early next week. High temperatures, a little more humidity into the upper 80s. For TV Day Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Yep, our Stever offer is Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, the program where I, Stevie J, give you money and you spend it. $500 what I'm giving. You got to spend $1,000, which won't be hard if you need a refrigerator. So it's sitting there, and we'll give it away today. 217-359-2255. Text in DVD or Dick Van Dyke if you want to be entered in this thing, and you might get contacted with the good news that you win.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Boy, that's it. We're done.
Had a lot of fun topics today. I don't know about fun.
No,
but
probably a dozen different ones.
Kind of morning therapy going on this morning.
Yep.
And we appreciate that here at Stevie J Broadcasting and getting the listeners' input. 217-359-2255.
Which is our Fisher National Bank text line that's always open to you. All right, back tomorrow. Thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
That is Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Thank you for listening. The boys this afternoon on The Drive. That's after 3. All the latest in the world of sports this afternoon on ESPN 93.5. I'm Stevie J. Have a great Tuesday.
Craving something delicious and a place to kick back? Hit the road to Roadrunner Station in Camargo. They're serving up handmade wood-fired pizzas that are bursting with flavor in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere. Bring the whole crew, enjoy the bar, check out the gaming room, and make a night of it. And you've got to try their specialty pizzas, like the fully loaded Everything But the Tractor, or the sweet and savory Hawaiian Hitchhiker. Great pizza, great vibes, and great times at Roadrunner Station in Camargo.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance.
Your roof is your home's best protection for the elements outside. And that's why Owens Corning Roofing is designed and tested for superior performance. Kramer is a platinum preferred contractor hand-selected by Owens Corning. So start today and get 10% off the best roofing from the best roofing professionals.
Call 217-355-2720, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Orange and Blue fans know the value of preparation, teamwork, and showing up when it matters most. Just like Fred's Plumbing and Heating. For 47 years, this family-owned team has delivered dependable plumbing and HVAC installation, maintenance, and repairs throughout our community. They even offer service agreements with 0 monthly cost, because protecting your home shouldn't break the budget. When you need service you can count on, choose the team that's been winning for nearly 5 decades. Trust the Orange and Blue of Fred's Plumbing and Heating.
BMW, Buick, GMC, Honda, and Subaru. Welcome to Sarah Champagne. We can handle all your car repairs on site, including paintless dent repair, bumpers, windshields, everything in between. We have an amazing selection of new or pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Shop from home and buy online or reserve your vehicle before it hits our website or dealership. Sarah Champagne is home of the Sarah One Price Promise, delivering an honest and transparent buying experience. Hurry in or shop online at sarahchampagne.com.
Hi, this is Sarah Smith with Philo Exchange Bank. Our commitment to serving customers continues to grow with our new Tolono branch. For over 140 years, we've delivered hometown community banking that you can trust. And when it comes to loans, your decisions stay local, made by local lenders who know our community. Visit us at 411 North Long Street in Tolono, right on Route 45.
Philo Exchange Bank, hometown community banking since 1883. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Amanda with Cast Iron Pub. There's always something happening in downtown Tuscola. If you're looking for delicious pub burgers, hand-cut steaks, wings, sandwiches, and chef-inspired specials you won't find anywhere else. Pair with 10 rotating draft beers or seasonal cocktails. Then stick around for Wednesday trivia, music bingo, and the Summer Sunday live music series. Great food, cold drinks, and an atmosphere you'll love. Make Cast Iron Pub your next destination in downtown Tuscola. You can find us online at castironpub.biz and Facebook at Cast Iron Pub.
Everyone knows that when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. But did you also know that if you don't have a key and you need it to run, call 367-9481. PDR now performs key cutting with programming. PDR also performs module cloning. Cloning makes that module plug and play, in many cases allowing you to utilize a used module where a new module is no longer available or very expensive. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Help children learn, grow, and succeed by joining the RPC's award-winning Early Childhood Education Team. The RPC will be interviewing for open positions within the program during a hiring event on Friday, July 17th at the Center at 1603 Mumford Drive in Urbana. The event runs from 12 to 2:30 p.m. Please bring resumes and references and be part of something meaningful. Don't miss this hiring event, July 17th. For details, visit ccrpc.org.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hey golf cart shoppers, tired of the same old golf cart shopping experience? Come over to Midwest Carts in Tuscola, Illinois, where customers rave about unbeatable pricing, massive selection, and full service done right. As the largest Denago golf cart dealer in Illinois, they've got premium new models plus 20 to 30 quality used carts ready to roll at any time. And the best part? Free delivery on new carts anywhere in Illinois or Indiana. Midwest Carts, Tuscola, Illinois. Find them at mwcarts.com.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.